It's just so interesting. Who is this? Such where are they? Dude, they're back at Great Naruto Bridge! Dude, I think I asked if we'd ever come back here. This is so great. Is she gonna try to kill him? Or no, she just loves her some Sasuke. You want to be in the video? You want to be in the video? Guys, this is what I deal with. Say hello, Oosh. He's just waiting to come up. You want to say hi? Say hello. Say hello, Mr. Moose. He's my little work buddy. Dude is constantly always on my desk, whether I'm working or filming or whatever. He's got to be in the business. Anyway, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? We're going to be getting back into Shippuden today, episodes 115 and 116. Still feel very conflicted, y'all, on our boy Orochimaru. I guess there's not, I talked a lot about it last episode, so I'm not going to, kind of beat a dead horse, but we'll see how it plays out here. I hope we kind of get a little bit more like direction on where his character is going, like if he's actually just dead and gone, or if there's some level of like integration that Sasuke took over with his whole being, kind of like how Orochimaru, when he's used like the reanimation or immortality jutsu or whatever, that he's kind of inherited the being of who he, takes on, right? Like the body of him. I think I remember him saying that in classic Naruto with like the current body he has. So I don't know. Part of me is like, just don't want it to be over. He was such like a good villain in classic Naruto. I just don't want him to be like thrown to the wayside, Let's go and recap the character ratings from last time. We gave MVP to Sasuke and his Sharingan just being stronger than Orochimaru. Just kind of wild. Seeing his growth, and he's serious business now, that's for sure. And especially if he's like inherited the jutsu of taking over Orochimaru, that'd be insane. Best moment, we give that to Orochimaru's flashbacks. I like seeing him as a kid. I like seeing a little bit more of his internal dialogue and perspective. Really interesting, especially like in his kind of like sadness about the fragility of humans. For the funniest moment, we gave that to Orochimaru's snake form. He looked a little dorky with his head full of hair as a snake. And then for the Sako, we give that to Shizune for not sealing the three tails. Always looking for a way to roast Shizune, the moment she went behind Tsunade's back, like a while back with the elders, she's gone down in my book. That loyalty, man, that's to be questioned now. I don't know. Yeah, I think with that being said, we can go in and get into it. If y'all enjoy these reactions, drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all support in any way. Check out the Patreon link below if you want early access about a month ahead there. Yeah, appreciate y'all being here. Let's go and get into this. Don't know who Suigetsu or whoever that is.
やっぱり君か。君がここに来たってことはオロチマルを倒したんだね。ああ。そんなことよりここから出してやる。やっと出られた。ありがとう、サスケ。水月。まずはお前だ。一緒に来い。まずは僕。
This is so interesting. Who is this? Such where are they?
と二人、北アジトの15と南アジトのカリンを連れて行く。本当に？なんだ？いやね。好きじゃないから、あいつら。仲良くはできないなぁと。そうね。
Oh man.
思ってね。
He's got some sharp ass teeth. He's like a shark.
選ぶのはともかく。
It's Kisame's baby.
どうかと思うよ。サスケ。グダグダうるさい。句を切ろう。行くぞ。えらく上からの物言いじゃないか。君と僕の関係をはっきりさせておこうか。ねえ。
Bro.
僕を助けたのが君の都合だ。
This guy thinks he can overpower him.
なんて一言も言ってない。オロチマルを倒したからって君が上ってわけじゃない。みんな狙っていた。君はお気に入りで監禁されることもなくオロチマルのそばにいた。やれるチャンスがみんなよりも多かった。
He's his dog. Unloyal dog. Dude, that sound design. It's like people screaming.
なんてね、冗談だよ。だけど今君を見逃したことで僕を助けた貸しはチャラにしてもらうよ。やっと自由になれたんだ。僕は僕の好きにさせてもらう。そうか、残念だ。
Sasuke's like, alright, whatever, dude.
そういえば君の正体だったね。僕の大先輩桃地ザブザを倒したのは。
Yo, Zabuza, dude. Any he's just swimming around in a big puddle.
首切り包丁ってどうなったのかな。
Executioner's blade.
ねえ、こうしようよ。君がその
Man, I always love when they have throwbacks to Zabuza.
穴を手に入れることができたら君を手伝ってもいいよ。
Was there something special about his sword? I mean, it was a badass sword, but Zabuza's blade. Dang, dude. Lore time. Lore, baby. Dude, they're back at Great Naruto Bridge. Dude, I think I asked if we'd ever come back here. This is so great. Not a weird name. It's a great name. He was pretty strong. He ain't no Kakashi, but he's pretty strong. Dude, yeah, it's kind of crazy that they were fighting him. Like, that was like their first actual well, not actual mission, but hard mission. Oh yeah, they buried them. I forgot about that.
ねえサスケ、
This is like where like Naruto made his way of the ninja.
でもないね。どうしてかな。さあな、俺はその墓の番人じゃない。ないなら誰かが持って行ったんだろう。
Some grave robbers.
一人で歩いていくわけないし。サスケ、悪いけどあの刀がない以上、君についていくのは後回しだね。
I wonder what's so special about this guy.
どうするつもりだ。もちろん探し出すよ。忍び刀七人衆の刀は代々受け継がれていくシステムだった。僕も七人衆に憧れて修行を積んできたからね。
So he must be a good swordsman.
あの首切り包丁は僕が持つべき刀なんだ。
どこ見て歩いてんだこの野郎、バカ野郎。ああ、おうおう、なんか文句でもあっ
This guy kind of looks familiar. Like, was he one of the freaking thugs from that arc?
お前が好きなし。気をつけろよ。だバカ野郎、アホ野郎、アホの音野郎、ボケ。
いやさ。
What the fuck?
で、この落とし前はどうつけてくれるのかな。
Not much has changed. All the girls fiending.
こういうの久しぶりなんだ。ずっと水槽の中にいたからね。のんびりしていていいのか。
And did Orochimaru like capture him or something? It's like one of his experiments.
一体僕らを集めてどうするつもり。3人が揃った時に話す。
Is it time to go after Itachi?
なんて言い出したりして。
It's not Sasuke style.
俺が取るものはもっとでかい。
Bigger than taking on the world. Dude, he's eating like 10 cups of yogurt.
君が言うとね、本当なのかなって思えるのが不思議だよね。あ、ねえ君、ナルト大橋だったっけ。あの橋の近くに大きな刀があったの知らないかい。
ああ、そういえばあったような。それが
彼がその刀を探しているんだ。
What was the name of the engineer again? It's like
誰か知ってるかも。
Tuzna or something? I'm trying to remember.
君ってモテるんだね。
I want to see some of the old characters. Tazuna, yeah. That's it, Tazuna.
タズナか。
Dude, I love that we're getting to meet old characters. This is amazing.
あの橋を作った大工の棟梁だ。頭なら今はいないぜ。どこに行ったのかな。雷の国だよ。橋の工事に稲荷を連れて。
And Inari. Yo.
来ねえよ。神。
Another year?
遠いな。ナルト大橋の近くに大きな刀があったのを知らないか。ああ、あれね。 大黒天然が持って行ったんだよ。本当はあの刀を使っていた忍者を捕まえに来たんだけど、死んでるってんで代わりにあの刀を持って行ったんだってよ。まいったな、大黒天然か。
Does he know him?
水の国の大名の側近だったやつだよ。ザブザ先輩が霧隠れでクーデターを起こした時、随分と手下がやられたら。そのこ
He wanted to get some vengeance. Yeah. Again?
ここに目をつけて。
ああ、君のことちょうど探してたんだ。
This guy's asking for it, man.
だって
Maybe you should watch where you're walking to, bro.
俺は天然のことなんて知らねえよ。
知ってることだけでいいんだけど、話してくれないかな。
大黒天然は政治家だが、それは表の顔で、裏じゃ大盗賊団を率いる棟梁だ。
Sounds like someone we know.
世に渡して好き放題に。
What was the bad guy's name again from that arc? It was like
ちゃんと知ってるじゃん。
started with a G. Gato, maybe?
南の外れ、森の中に立つ城だ。その城は
It's a nice castle, man.
難攻不落だって噂だ。
For Sasuke and this dude, I doubt it. Sasuke would just do some Chidori! Or just sneak in.
誰だ？どこから入った？
明後日
God, that'd be terrifying.
この城を落としに来る。ありったけの兵隊を集めておけ。俺の名は水月。
くせ者だ！出会え！
I wonder why he's handling this way to like get them all.
どうなってんだよ。
明日、他の豪族が
Oh, he's just playing him. Okay, Sasuke. Look at look who's the politician now.
まあいっか。敵が混乱すればチャンスは増えるし、1000人が万人になろうと忍者である僕には関係ないしね。首切り包丁は今夜にでも忍び込んで取ってくるよ。
一つ賭けをしないか。
賭け？
どちらが先に首切り包丁を手に入れるか。
君にそんな遊び心があるなんて思わなかったよ。やろうよ。面白そうだ。
Dude, honestly, it's so great having like just more of Sasuke again.
誰一人殺さぬこと。
Interesting.
なんだ貴様、怪しいやつ。
Dude, he's so bad, man. He's so cool.
君、今からって。ほんと今からなんだね。賭けに負けるわけにはいかないし。いいよ。
This new guy's pretty interesting too.
カトン、高下級の術。
さすがサスケ。お前いないのかよ。マジですか。一応行くか。
Sasuke seems so like calculated, man. Calculating, but like nothing phases him too. Damn. No wonder ninjas are the military. Like actual armies can't even handle one dude.
さすがに疲れるね。やっとゴールだ。
バカな。あれだけの軍勢をたった一人。
Jump change. Quick work, baby.
僕にはまともな武器で来ても無意味だから。
まともな武器でダメならこいつはどうだ。
Is that it? Yes.
そいつは僕の首切り包丁じゃないか。
おお、やったか。最後の最後で油断しよったな。
Of course not.
僕には刃物は通用しないんだ。でも羨ましいよ。特別な訓練がなくてもその刀を振り回せるなんて体格がいいと得だよね。
Bro. I'd be so freaked out.
鬼人ザブザを殺してその刀を奪ったんだって。
それは俺ではなく天然様が。
へえ、あんたがザブザ先輩よね。
違う、ザブザをやったな。
ザブザ。
いや、ザブザさんを殺したな。そのお前は昨日のあいつだ。あいつがザブザさんを殺したんだ。
Not exactly.
刀を墓から持ってきただけだ。
くしくも0点じゃないよ。悪党がとっさについた嘘にしちゃ気が利いてる。
水月。
気が利くね。ちょっと脱水症状気味だったんだよね。勘違いしてるようだけど、僕とザブザさんとは別に親しくもなんともないんだよ。
He just wants that blade.
同郷の先輩がね。
Oh god, poor dude.
ちい連中にやられたなんて無様な噂を立てられるのもなんで
貴様らこんなことをしてただで済むと思ってるのか。
Of course he does.
落とし前はつけないとね。あんたで試し切りをさせてもらうよ。
やめておけ。そんな奴を切って何になる。
It's interesting how he can like make his arm way bigger.
大黒柱を切っ
It's
た
kind of like Choji's a little bit, but it looks like it's like all water.
命だけは助けてあげる。助けに免じてね。
Yo, he shaved his ass.
あのオロチマルをやったサスケなのか。
How's that already spread?
君って有名人なんだね。こんなとこまで名前が響いているなんてさ。この刀があれば君にも負けない。あのさ、君僕が刀欲しいって言い出すと分かってたんでしょ。それに最初からあの墓に刀がないことも知っていた。そうか。わざわざあの城に兵隊集めさせる情報を流したのも君？天然君と会ったような口ぶりだったし。何？賭けとか言ったのもわざわざ僕を敵のただ中に追い込むため？
But why though?
もしかして試したの？この僕を。
Okay.
ひどいことするな。怪我でもしたらどうするつもりだよ。
Man, Sasuke's demeanor is so interesting.
君って人がさ。まあ、それでこそ僕のイメージ通りのサスケだよ。刀は手に入れたから約束通り力は貸すけどさ。で、どっちから行くの？
Man, this squad's already looking cool, man.
君のことは少し分かってきたんだ。それが君らしい。
And they're gonna get a couple other people already said? Probably other people who similar situations as this dude. He's gonna build his own little Akatsuki group, dude.
オロチマルが死んだからって勝手されちゃ困るんだよ。
Yeah, I mean, they're really doubling down. Orochimaru is dead. Man, this is crazy. I can't believe it. Yeah, man. I mean, like, it's spread around already. Like, seems like well-known knowledge. I guess we still haven't got an answer to, like, what it really means by Sasuke consuming his being, but yeah, I guess he's a goner, dude.
一つ聞いてもいいかな。
I love how they always are walking on water, bro. It's always so cool.
俺には目的がある。その目的に近づくには正体の方が効率がいい。オロチマルに近づいた時からこうなった時のことを考え、
Yeah, so he's been planning this.
選抜しておいた。
Okay, so he's kind of been conniving underneath all of this.
けど、だったらカリンを選ぶことはないと思うけどね。あいつは僕と違ってオロチマルの部下だよ。オロチマルに借り集められた実験体をぶち込んだ南のアジトの監守殿だ。
Are they like literally walking over like a lake or like an ocean or some shit?
それにオロチマルの命令だとか言ってあいつには何度も体をいじくられたよ。第一、あの性格が好きになれない。
確かに扱いやすそうな強い忍びは他にいくらでもいた。しかし奴は他にない特別な能力を持っている。
Do tell.
それは認めるけどね。
いい香り。それと嫌な匂い。
Wonder which is which.
ずいぶんと警備が手薄なアジトだね。くらい立てればいいのに。
あいつがここを治めているんだ。必要ないだろう。
にしても
It's also in the surrounded by a huge lake.
噂が届いていてもおかしくないのにさ。え？君だって持ってるっしょ。
そっちの方が合ってる。
開け、ゴマ！
Open sesame. Man, it's so dope that Zabuza is back in essence here. He lives on through that sword. I wonder how many people Orochimaru has like killed over the years of just collecting bodies and to experiment on.
本当だったんじゃ。
やめろ。そう口にしたものがどうなってきたか。
そうだな。まずいまずい。
What a terrible role, bro. What are you doing?
あれはうちはサスケだ。
どうしてこんなところへ。もうずいぶん前になるぜ。オロチマルと奴が来たのは。
そうだよ。なんでオロチマルと来ない。見たこともねえやつと。あの噂は本当かもしれんぞ。オロチマルが死んだって。
そうか、サスケがオロチマルを倒したんだよ。それで俺たちを解放しに来てくれたんだぜ。
Kind of wishful thinking, yeah.
大体オロチマルがやられるわけがない。
やっぱりあんたか、サスケ。サスケ、あんたがここへ一人で来たってことは、あの噂は本。
ひどいな。僕もいるってのに。
で、ここに何の用だ。
サスケが君に話があるんだってさ。立ち話もなんだから別部屋に案内してくれないかな。久しぶりに歩いたらヘトヘトでね。
なんだよ、話。
She ain't gonna take that.
立ち話もなんだからって言ってるんだけどね、カリン。僕は君の眼中にないってことは分かってるけどさ。
嫌な感じ。
Yeah, he's the smelly one. But Sasuke smells beautiful.
わかったわよ。
He's a pretty funny character so far. Interesting.
カリン、ついてこい。お前が必要だ。
はあ？なんでお前なんかに。うちはここを任されてんだよ。
オロチマルはもういない。
捕まえてる奴らはどうすんだよ。
そういやさ、あいつら随分とおとなしかったね。オロチマルが死んだって噂、このアジトにも届いてたろ。
前にここに来た時よりも囚人の数が微妙に減ってる。それと入り口前の庭に最近穴でも掘ったような形跡がいくつか。
She's been killing them left and right.
お前の頭脳をもってすれば情報統制などお手の物だろう。
そっか、オロチマルが死んだという噂が囚人たちに流れ、暴動に発展しないようにカリンがうまく立ち回っていたってことか。檻の中にスパイを紛れ込ませ、ちょっとでもオロチマルの噂をする者がいれば。
Jeez. It's pretty savage for talking about a rumor. I mean, it's not, it's a true rumor, but jeez. I mean, they're prisoners after all, but
カリン、お前のその慎重さがこのアジトの秩序を保つというよりお前自身を救った。
嫌な言い方するんじゃないよ。
さすがオロチマル仕込みの女だ。俺たちが来たこともとっくに感づいてたんだろうな。下手すれば殺されてたかもしれないってことだ。
あんた一人だったらね。
サスケだったらいいってのかよ。
そんなこと言ってない。サスケはいわば同僚だ。それに噂の真偽を。
seems like she's a bit more connected to Sasuke to a degree.
俺がやった。
何簡単に言ってんだよ。
水月、このアジトに捕らえられてる奴らを全員解放しろ。
相変わらず命令口調だな。
勝手なことすんじゃねえよ。私がどんだけ苦労してここを閉めてきたか。
囚人がいなけりゃ監視役も必要なくなる。
I relieve you of your duties.
おい、カリン、どうする？
じゃあ囚人たちを解放しに行ってくる。
お断りだね。だいたいあんたについていく義理はないだろ。
仕方ない。お前がそこまで嫌がるのなら他を当たろう。
We're about to see this unique power.
やっぱりだぜ。うちはサスケがオロチマルを倒したというのは本当だったのか。
ああ、そうだよ。
捕まってる俺たちはどうなる。
もちろん自由だよ。
本当か。
ああ、僕だって同じ囚われの身だった。でもこうして外にいるだろ。
I feel like he's gonna be playing a game with them.
ただその前にみんなに一つだけお願いがあるんだ。
なんだ、なんでも言ってくれ。
そうだな。オロチマルを倒し、僕たちの自由を取り戻してくれたのはサスケだ。外に出たらそのことを言い広めてく。この世に安定と平和をもたらす男が現れたとね。
Interesting. Is she gonna try to kill him?
行く。
Or no, she just loves her some Sasuke.
サスケがどうしてもって言うなら。
Why does she sound so different now?
どういうことだ。心変わりが早いな。
よく考えたら見張りも飽きちゃってたところだし。
中から鍵。
水月が
邪魔者はほっといてね。サスケ
She's trying to seduce this man.
少し離れろ。
ねえ、どうせならうちとサスケだけでいいんじゃない？水月なんていらないだろあれ。
お前のその小ずるさと用心深さ、そして何よりそのチャクラを
To sense chakra. Is that like what she could smell, maybe, or?
分かっていた。初めて会ったあの時から。
そうあの時。
オロチマル様から言われてきた内葉サスケ、あんたを手伝えと。
2時間前にアジトから118名の実験体が脱走した。時間的に見て全員まだこの森の中にいる。
捕獲命令は生死を問わずと聞いている。
なあ、
だったらとっとと始めるよ。50、60、70、80、90、100。見つけた。
Simple as that.
ここで潜んでるやつから行くよ。後方50メートルに1人、前方10時の方向に4人。早い。
Pop, pop. You know Sasuke's about to capture them all alive.
ついてこられるか。
任務だからな。
カリン、俺の目となれ。
うちに命令するな。1時半の方向に
Sasuke's a true leader over here, just assuming control.
方向に待ち伏せ5人。
Yeah, this is a very useful ability. I wonder how like wide of a radius it has.
何人？
これで84。サスケ、どうして殺さない？お前、ぬるいな。
He has some morality still, it seems.
たった一人だけだ。
Yeah, he hasn't gone full evil mode at all.
このチャクラ、こいつ。
カリン。
This prisoner's got some balls trying to fight Sasuke.
カリン。
He did kill that one, seems. For her.
すべての実験体を捉えることは困難に。
分かっている。
Got a little crush.
あの時うちはサスケに
It's like Ino and Sakura's got some competition over here.
はこぼれしてないかな。さあ行こうよサスケ。カリンはダメだったんだろ。
いや、どうやら。
誰が行くっつった？うちはたまたま一緒に。行くだけ。
She's got too much pride.
へえ、ならちょうどいいね。途中まで一緒に行こうよ。
ああ、途中までな。
さて。
Yeah, he's definitely like controlling the water in his like, or like the blood to like probably put more into his muscles and make it stronger.
関係ないでしょ。
関係ないけど、それがどうした？やんのかこら。
行くぞ。
ああ。
言ってやれ。
うちはサスケ、そのクールな顔もいいけれど。
Man, if Sakura's here, she'd be losing her shit.
この感じ、ゾクゾクする。今まで何百何千と出会った中で最高のチャクラ。とくる。それに比べて。あんたのチャクラ苦手だわ。
It's interesting that they all like the chakras have different scents and stuff.
僕の方こそ。
The Uchiha chakra is just so pure, man. Oh, it's the good stuff.
やっぱ女がいいな。待てよ、男が。やっぱ男がいいか。いや、やっぱ女か。女が。いや、それよりも男。
Why not both, bro? Interesting. Collecting the squad, man. The new squad. I like the characters so far, I'm not gonna lie. Both of them are pretty interesting. I think, what's his face? I don't even know how to say his name, but the guy who got Zabuza's sword, he seems the most interesting to me so far. I mean, this girl's power, was it Karin? Something like that? Karin, her ability seems interesting. I will see about her personality and whatnot, but I don't know. It definitely seems like a cool little group dynamic for me, and I'm excited to see, kind of what Sasuke is actually going to, use them for. But yeah, just really great getting to see more Sasuke in general, y'all. Like, I feel like it's been so long since we've had like an actual focused episode of just like Sasuke's kind of actions and demeanor. We've gotten glimpses of it lots of times in Shippuden at this point, but even classic Naruto, it's been a while, probably since he left was kind of last time, left the Leaf Village was the last time we actually got a little bit more of his perspective and feelings and thoughts and whatnot. So good stuff. All right, y'all, good set of episodes there. Very different than what I was expecting. Getting a lot of focus on Sasuke and some new characters. We got Suigetsu and Karin, and then Jugo was also mentioned, which I'm assuming will be the next episode. Pretty interesting characters, but definitely a big focus on Sasuke and him kind of leading or collecting a new platoon or squad to help him carry out his goal. And it seems like this is something he's been playing for a while. Just from like the beginning of the episode, we get a past little scene of him telling Suigetsu that he'll come back for him to release him someday, and then we see him actually do that. And it kind of seems to be all around some kind of plan to gather a platoon or squad to help Sasuke fulfill his goal. And I think Sasuke even mentions that he's been planning this ever since he approached Orochimaru. So I don't know, it makes it a bit interesting to think about some of the words Sasuke had said to Naruto at different points around if his goal is revenge, right? And if his goal is revenge, then, and it's purely about revenge, he had told Naruto that he'd be willing to have Orochimaru take his body if that would mean he'd get closer to revenge. But from this vantage point, or this perspective, seeing this, it seems like he never really intended to let Orochimaru take his body, and that he was kind of scheming behind the scenes the whole time. We see this with Suigetsu and Sasuke knowing that he would want to go after ZABUZA'S blade, and kind of Suigetsu even says himself that he's like, you knew that his blade wasn't going to be there. He's like, you knew this guy had it or whatever. And we don't know fully for sure, but like Sasuke is very cryptic in this. Like, he's doesn't say much stuff. He lets Suigetsu do the talking, or Karin do the talking a lot. He has a very interesting demeanor. He definitely seems to be a very strong leader, But it makes me wonder about, what his real goal is here with gathering his platoon. Is it purely just to enable him to get to Itachi and to carry out his revenge? Or is there somewhat of a greater mission? Like him and Suigetsu were talking at some point, I think when he was eating the yogurt or whatever, about, Suigetsu's like giving him a hard time about taking over the world or whatever. And Sasuke's like, my goal is much bigger than that, or grander than that or something. So it's kind of interesting to try to think about what his real goal is here. I mean, if I'd imagine, I think this is all just a means to the end for him to get to Itachi to carry out what, the goal that he's always had, to get vengeance on his brother for killing his clan. But it seems like the lines have blurred a little bit here. So I am curious, because there's some overlap with this whole demeanor or attitude or perspective that Sasuke has around not just taking life so nonchalantly, unlike a lot of other Orochimaru's subordinates might have, or Orochimaru himself. We see this in flashbacks and past episodes where Orochimaru said that he wasn't what did he say? It was like, I don't remember the exact word he used, but he wasn't cutthroat enough, basically, right? Like, he needs to kill these people. He needs to be more, I guess, just, I want to remember what the word was. What did he use? Okay, I just went back and looked, and it's, Orochimaru says that he needs to be more heartless, and he calls him naive for not killing, or not being heartless enough to kill all these people. And we see this carried out in these episodes, right? Like Suigetsu, he sets him up to, with that wager, and the condition is that he can't kill anyone. And then I think he does it with Karin as well. I don't remember the context quite as well there, but I think around the prisoners and releasing them, and even in the flashback with Karin, I think, yeah, where they're capturing and release prisoners and he's just knocking them all out. But then there's a quick differentiator where a prisoner is kind of puts Karin at risk, you know, he has a knife and everything, and then Sasuke kills that guy to protect Karin. So he seems to have some sort of morality here, right? He's not as cutthroat or heartless as other people, and from Sasuke's perspective, he said that he'll be heartless when he needs to be heartless. Probably when he's like facing someone like Itachi, for example. But I just think it's interesting that he has some moral code here to a degree. It makes me curious about what, you know, even though his ultimate goal is revenge, maybe the way he's going to go about it is through some form of like building a more graceful identity for himself or something. I think Suigetsu says to the prisoners to, you know, when he releases them, to spread the word that a man has appeared who will bring peace and tranquility to this world, right? Is that like actually an underlying goal? Is that a goal that's aligned with his vengeance, right? Does Sasuke perceive that if he kills Itachi, that will bring more tranquility, especially if he does in a way where he's not being heartless to others? I don't know. It's just interesting to think about. Both Suigetsu and Karin definitely have pretty interesting abilities. Suigetsu seems to almost be like just made of water. You know, I'm assuming this is some kind of change in chakra nature that he's utilizing for his body as a whole. You know, he can't really be hurt by regular weapons, it seems. Like he gets cut in half even by the executioner's blade, and he says blades don't work on him. He kind of morphs back together. You know, he's always drinking big water bottles, and like he can get dehydrated. He can control the water in his arm to make it bigger. So he seems to have a very interesting skill set. You know, we get a lot of lore around the land of water, like the Mist Village and the Seven Ninja Swordsmen. I think we had heard a little bit about this. Like I know ZABUZA was one of them, and then Kisame was one of them, I believe, as well. But I guess they all have a special sword that they pass down to the next generation of who would take their place as the Seven Swordsmen. And I guess Suigetsu had been somebody who was training to be one of them. So I love the lore. Anything connected back to Zabuza just makes me happy. Just puts things into perspective, you know. And then I absolutely love when they actually go back to the village where they built the bridge. Like that was one of the first, I think that was the first arc of classic Naruto, right? And seeing the great Naruto bridge is so funny and kind of heartwarming too. And I love Sasuke's reaction to it. He kind of smirks and like almost like I don't know, it's not a laugh, but almost like a little bit, it's not a giggle either. I don't know what to call it, but he's like, you know, like he's like, oh, that's, you know, it seems like he's almost like a little fond of it to a degree. So, you know, we're getting little sneak peeks that Sasuke obviously still has some connection to Naruto in his past. All right, let's go ahead and move on with the character ratings. For MVP, I'm gonna give that to Sasuke. I just like his leadership here, the way he's leading. You know, he doesn't seem super connected or, you know, like brute force kind of with the way he's trying to recruit the platoon that he's trying to get. You know, Suigetsu off the bat kind of is like, oh, I don't need to follow you. He's like kind of level setting, and Sasuke's like, all right. But then, you know, Suigetsu follows him around still because he wants something that Sasuke can probably help him with. So I don't know, yeah, he seems to be like very calculated, but also has a very strong presence to him. Sasuke with the aura, that's for sure. For the best moment, I'm gonna give that to Suigetsu when he's fighting all the men of the guy, like he's not a feudal or a politician / like black market dude, kind of like Gato to a degree. He's fighting them all and he can't kill them, but I love like the sound effects and like the visual of all the raindrops as he's knocking each man out. I don't know, kind of adds some like weight to his fighting style. Still want to see like what he's gonna do. He like points at people with his finger. I'm assuming he like shoots out like a sharp water bullet or something like that. That'd be pretty cool to see. For the funniest moment or funniest character, I'm gonna give that to Suigetsu. Just in general for his interactions with Sasuke, I thought they're kind of a interesting combination. Very quirky character with a very reserved one. Like the yogurt scene was funny when Sasuke's like, use your sword, cut down the door, it's better for that. Just pretty silly. And then for the Sako, I think we'll skip over the Sako this time. Probably could give it to that feudal lord dude or whatever he is. I don't know, the politician, but we'll just skip over it this time. But yeah, interesting start to this arc, y'all. I mean, I guess this isn't really the start of it. Now we're getting into it, but definitely not where I thought it was going to be going. It's cool to have Sasuke kind of leading the charge. I'm wondering if it's going to be, this arc is going to be mostly around Sasuke in this group, and if it'll connect to the Leaf Village in any ways, or if it'll kind of just be more of a standalone arc, which would be interesting because I don't think we've really had that much at all in Classic or Shippuden so far, where we've gotten just an arc about another group or another village completely disconnected from the Leaf Village. So we'll have to see where it goes from there. But appreciate y'all being here to watch with me. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Let me know what y'all thought about in the comments below. Yeah, I'll catch you next time. Peace.